Hi guys, welcome to the trip. We are apparently wearing the same thing. No, we had so much conversation, great conversation going in the last episode that we decided to extend the porn into talking about male and female anatomy and how we please each other.
Because kind of, the porn kind of bled into relationships, right?
Yeah.
And Megan regaled us with some remarkable insights, and I'm curious about them. But the reality is, I think that men know nothing about really women's reproductive parts. The vagina we don't know about. You know, we're just, I mean, let me put it this way.
Or pleasurable parts.
I look at it like, you know, it's like a big garage and there's things in there that I don't know what the hell they are.
Okay,
and I'll just leave it alone. Let me back out, drive down.
Big
so maybe you can fill me in, fill us in.
You confuse the vulva with a car, right?
Absolutely.
A very safe, reliable car. So we have some conversation to have.
So tell me.
I sent a book from a friend of mine called Pussy. Mama Jen is the creator of this it's all based on pleasure for the woman. And part of it is, like you said, we have to know what to ask for.
Yes.
Right? We can't just leave you and say, oh, listen, I want you to take care of me. We got to know. So it's really about enjoying our bodies and moving into our bodies and finding out about our bodies. And what I found out is the clitoris, is there for pleasure. And we are the only creatures on the planet, as far as we know, I mean, less, that has part of our body simply for sexual pleasure. Simply for sexual pleasure. So even the penis, as much as, accolades as it gets, it does not, you do not have that.
I love that you just, said that, the basics of the clitoris, whatever you want to call it. But here's my thought with that. If you don't know that already and you're having sex, you're so far behind. Like, you have to know that
I didn't know that was the only reason it was there. I'm 48 years old.
Right,
so
we're
behind on knowing about our bodies.
Sure, right.
My parents were from the 70s. I should know all of it.
Right.
They taught me.
But we should know. I mean, you know how your body feels. I know how my body feels. I know your body feels. So we know our bodies as well as we can. I have no idea how your body feels when you're during sex, how do you feel?
Absolutely. Yeah. Those are discussions we have to have.
Because I'm there, in my relationships, I'm guessing I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but I ask, like, what else can I do? Is this, what else would you like? Do you want to try something different?
Do you feel like that approach is working? Do you feel, this is what I'm curious about,
That's
because women's sexuality, like we said in the other I said in the other episode, is underplayed. Oh, they don't have the same desires, they don't have this. So what I want to know, did it work? Did those conversations work? Are you guys getting answers? Like, can somebody tell you what to do with their vagina?
Yeah. I've had some direction, which I take.
And that seemed to be...
It seemed to be, is it like authentic? Do I know 100%, hey, like I knocked out of the park? No.
Okay.
But I did ask, I did get feedback.
Well, that's all we can do.
Right, and then
we are expecting the person to be honest.
Right, and they did end, so I assume that we built on that. But to me, it is a
Michael's
mystery.
putting lotion on his hands right now. I just had to say that. Okay, never mind. Anyway.
Getting excited over there.
That's a digression. Woo, woo.
I mean,
back to pornography. So anyway, okay.
No, but with that, it's one of those things where you have to have that conversation, even if the sex is great. Even if the sex is great, even if you are both pleasing each other, whatever, because you need to know about the anatomy, not just of your own body, but of someone else's body.
Well,
okay,
you said
I have
about
a direction.
the egg.
The Jade Egg. I have not purchased one, but it's something that's been around a long time.
Is it
Mama
cage
Jen,
free? I just need to know. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
Forgive me.
Layla Martin, she has her own podcast, her own show. She's also, she's part of this book that, I think she came out of this generation from the book Pussy. Anyway, there's something called the Jade Egg that can strengthen your vaginal muscles. It's a little beyond the Kegel, and it's super safe, great for, there is this idea that women don't have vaginal orgasms very often, so we do focus on the clit, and I've been reading recently that we focus on it too much. So this is kind of a whole new thing for me. I'll report back to you guys when I get to that point of where I'm sharing that.
That episode will come later.
but like the penis to me is like just
don't watch this.
Like just a monolith. It's one thing, and it doesn't seem to me to be very complex. At least my penis is very simple.
Oh, the penis.
Never graduated from elementary school. It's a very simple penis. So in any event, but the vagina, that thing is, to me, is like, that's a box that's got shit going on in there. I don't know what's happening.
No, it doesn't have.
But that's my But my thing is,
confused.
What is happening? What is, so
and you have to have those. You have to have the conversation. Look, like until men and women start having these conversations, real conversations with each other, nothing is really going to change. Like
I agree.
every woman that like I'm with, at some point we have that conversation, whether it's before, whether it's after the first or second time we have sex.
You both are more conscious than the average dude.
So, and with that,
Let's say that.
I mean, zero complaints, none.
Okay.
I mean,
good.
You have to have those
I once had
conversations.
somebody write a letter to my parents. So
okay, I would like to know
Mine was
for
not
our
that
viewers,
great.
what I want to ask of our viewers, I'd like to ask if male relationships, homosexual male relationships, and female gay relationships, if you have, so there we're saying, okay, well, we have the same parts, but really nobody has the exact same parts,
No,
right? So we have
absolutely true.
different things that turn you on,
Right.
different things that excite you. Also, I want to just add in a thread that's very important. How our sexuality started, our relationship, and we're all kind of going back in time, will be a huge trigger. It's called euphoric recall, whether it was good
Wow.
or bad.
Yeah.
So if somebody started out with a traumatic sexual experience,
Yeah.
they can still be aroused continuously from this, which
From
can
the
attract
trauma?
them from those thoughts of trauma,
Okay.
from pornography, or from relationships that play that out.
Right.
So our another responsibility for us as we grow and mature is to derail and break that rut and to explore more healthy things. And I think that's a part of maturing and part of discussion.
Right.
But there's a lot of shame involved
You know
in
what's interesting,
sexuality.
though,
I think we
also-
need to have these talks.
followed up on that.
Yes.
Is that the initial, when you talk about this trauma and
Yeah.
whatever's triggering it, what people should do, and if anybody out there wants to do it, is
Yeah.
when you have that moment where sexually you're turned on or
Yes.
you're interested, what is causing that? Because if it's trauma-based, it's going to be
Yes.
something that is in your unconscious. You might not even be aware of
Right,
it.
you're not aware of
and
it.
so, but it's
Right.
triggering some
Yeah.
really bad behavior. So you got to get some help there.
Yeah, I
You know,
agree.
but I
and
think that happens
there's
a
a lot
lot.
of shame under there. So inside of that, there's healthy sexuality. Healthy sexuality.
Now,
so,
who had a lover who had no idea what the hell they were doing?
Oh my God.
And don't, again.
Can I start naming names, guys? Are you ready for my book? No, a couple of ex-boyfriends have written books, not about me, but
God.
yeah, I know. So one was a musician. He had to come back and tell me about it before he. So anyway.
So have
You
you?
were a vague reference? Is that
So
what
wait,
the story
have
was?
you?
Well, I didn't read it, but I was told I was going to be, but my mom read it and said I was not. So I don't know what the big deal was.
So have you
Have I?
had a lover that had no clue?
Yes,
Yeah.
recently. Mhm. Yeah, the one that I thought was addicted to porn.
Well,
And that's his clue is that's not a frame of reference on how to relate to a grown woman's body.
But did you
Just-
put it out there like that? Did you say, listen, because if
Did I
there's
tell him he had no clue?
not there, no clue, but listen, there's things
I
you could be
asked
doing
him.
better. Maybe you need to learn a little bit more. Maybe I can help you because I've had more experience than you.
I ended it before we got to that, but I did bring it up that there's got to be more kissing, or why wouldn't you, knowing that this is a particular turn on, happen to be a part of my body that is not below the belt? Why wouldn't you, and not my breast? Why wouldn't you?
Now I'm confused.
Do that. It's my neck, my
your
neck,
nape.
touching my,
The nape.
yeah,
The
that's,
nape of the neck.
That's why wouldn't you, like when
Very
you're kissing me,
sensual.
touch me there. Why, like
got
that's such
it.
a simple one. I gave that to him already, so I just gave
got
up
it.
on it.
Look, here's what we were talking about this while we were off camera. I think this kind of was what sparked us to keep having this conversation. As guys, we're going to get off.
Yeah.
Most guys
Yeah.
until you get to
There we go.
the stage where like your ball hairs are gray and
Well, I'm at that stage, but still.
and shit's
No.
not working right. You're
Okay.
you're going to get off. So
true.
like make it not about you.
Okay.
Look, like make it about someone else. Take the time to
Take the
learn.
time.
I
Relate.
promise.
It's a relationship. Relate is in that
That's a
word.
very good point.
I promise you,
Or-
it will feel so much better when you're with
Intimacy.
someone and this person is like, I've never gotten off so much in my life. Like
Yes.
So
now
don't
you're
be-
on. Now you're on to something.
Right, but don't be afraid to coach. Don't be afraid to coach somebody up. My thing
Right,
is
yeah,
that's
of course.
communication. If there's something I'm doing that you don't like, tell me. And if
Yeah.
something you're doing that I don't like, I'll tell you.
And-
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
easier
right.
said than done, right?
Right.
But you
It
need
is.
to do it.
It is,
yeah.
but you got it. Otherwise, you're both could be disappointed and for reasons that you can overcome, so to speak. No pun intended. So you can do that. You don't want to erect
Overcome.
problems that aren't there. Oh my God, I can't believe I've been doing this. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so
Well, that was a good show. I like that one. That
Good
was
show.
very.
Yeah.
we'll wrap it up. Next show will be about my gay lover, my gay male lover. I
can't wait to
my
hear that
first
show.
boyfriend. And
Yes.
well, no, I don't think he was gay. I don't think. Oh, I did have a boyfriend that
Did you
was
turn him gay?
No.
Because
I had
that's
one
an
that
achievement.
was gay, and then one that was involved
There
in
should
gay
be like a
porn
Nobel
after
Prize.
me. Oh my gosh, guys. Really?
Megan has the most interesting life. So
I've had an interesting life. I usually don't make it this public, but here you go. All right, let's wrap it up.
yeah.
What is our
questions?
email?
Questions?
Relationships@deadlinedetroit.com.
Relationships@deadlinedetroit.
All right.
Yeah. Any questions, feel free.
Yeah,
Porn,
ask
sex,
these guys,
sex
right?
porn.
Stop the
We know
madness.
nothing.
But I have a lot of resources, healthy resources. All right.
Yeah,
Thank
check
you.
in next week,
All right.
guys.
Happy
Bye-bye.
Valentine's Day again.
See ya.
Bye.